Hello, Elmont Library, young adults. It's Women's History Month. I'm Matpreneur, and today we have a great guest for you in our Woman of Today interview series, celebrating women who are phenomenal right now, doing great things right now, impacting history and our youth and the world right now. And our guest today is Navy Lieutenant Kynesha Fongsam. Thank you for joining us, Kynesha, Lieutenant Kynesha. How are you doing today? And thank you for joining us.
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for having me. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you. We're doing this for the teens at Elmont. It's a great community, and their library is an amazing library. So we've been doing some projects with them, and I'm glad that I could bring you to the table, share your experiences, your talent, and everything that you do, especially for Women's History Month. And can you please, real quick, if you want to tell us what is a Navy Lieutenant and what does that role mean? What does that encompass?
All right, so a Navy Lieutenant is essentially a junior officer. So we're kind of like right there, like mid-level management. So we typically, to become a naval officer, you have to have a degree, unless you go through a different pathway through the enlisted process, which is a little bit more challenging. But there are a plethora of different avenues you can go through in order to become a commissioned naval officer, and you automatically promote from 01 to 03, and 03 is the same thing as a lieutenant. It's just the pay grade is a 03, but the rank is lieutenant. So it's an automatic promotion up to lieutenant, and then after that you have to go to a board, and it gets a little bit more challenging because you go higher up in rank and they got to pay you a little bit more money.
Yes. You like more money.
Yes, we do.
So how long have you been a lieutenant, and how long have you been in the Navy in general?
Yeah, so I joined the Navy like right out of high school. So I've been in now for almost 20 years. June will make 20 years of me being in the military. So I started off, and thank you. I started off enlisted, and then around my 8th year, I decided to transition over to become an officer because I wanted to be a Navy nurse. And in order to be a Navy nurse, you have to be an officer. So I applied, I was selected, and then I went to college. The Navy paid for my education, and I was able to be a commissioned officer. And literally every degree that I have, from associates to my bachelor's to my master's to now my second master's that I'm achieving now, has all been paid for by the Navy. And I've been a naval officer now for 9 years. So, yes.
Wow, that's dope. That's great.
Yeah.
So wait, you slipped in that you're a Navy nurse?
Yes, I am.
You're a Navy nurse and you're a lieutenant. How does that work? What does that combination look like?
Yeah, so lieutenant is just your rank, but within each, we call them specialty. Like you can be a myriad of different things. Like we have engineers, we have logistical officers, operational officers, intel officers, medical doctors, nurses, lawyers, chaplains. Like it's a big window of officers and opportunities for young adults who decide to get their bachelor's degree, and you want to get it paid for by the government, you think the Navy's for you, then it's a great option. I've had a great career through the Navy. They've taken really good care of me and provided me an awesome opportunity to do what I love. So I chose to be a nurse because of a family event that happened when I was young. I always knew I wanted to be a nurse. I just didn't know that the Navy was an option. And eventually, while I was in, I saw Navy nurses, and I was like, yep, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. And I didn't stop till I got it done.
That is great. Who inspired you to get in the Navy or even to be a nurse?
Yeah, so to join the Navy, so I'm from a small town in North Carolina. Y'all could probably hear my accent a little bit. I'm trying to keep it professional, but I'm actually a Southern belle at heart. But yeah, a small town. We really didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. So everybody either went to college or they joined the military. For me, I knew I was either going to go to the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force. And I was like, okay, whoever drives in my driveway first, that's the branch of service I'm gonna join. And it was the Navy. I just did it by chance. And so I joined, and that was it. I mean, I had gotten into 4 different colleges, but I just wanted something different. I wanted to see the world. I wanted to get away from my parents, not, just to be an adult, because I was 18. I wanted to be on my own, and as far as inspiring me to be a nurse, I actually, when I was active duty, enlisted, I was walking up what we call the pier. I was going to a ship, and I saw this African-American lady, and she was actually a lieutenant at the time. And I was 18 years old, brand new, and I saw her walking, and she just commanded the space. Like, she was strong, her head was high, like she just had so much class. Like, I was speechless when I saw her. And then I saw her later on, on the ship, and I was like, well, ma'am, what do you do? She was like, I'm a Navy nurse. I was like, I can be a Navy nurse? She was like, you sure can. And I never thought I'd see her again after that tour. And it's weird because once I commissioned, I saw her again, and she was a Navy commander. And it was just, it came full circle. So yeah, I mean, it was an awesome experience. She remembered me too. Yeah, it was awesome.
That's dope. So who do you take care of as a Navy nurse? You taking care of service people?
Yeah, so we take care of service members and their families. So it doesn't matter what branch of service, Navy, Army, Air Force, Coast Guard, it doesn't matter. We take care of all of those active duty service members. We take care of retirees. Sometimes we take care of disabled veterans that the VA can't see at the time of their full. Then they'll divert them over to our facility. We take care of children of service members that are active duty. And sometimes we take care of the president, all the senators, everybody, the vice president. If you're in the government, we're going to take care of you, especially if you're, a senator or anyone in the House of Representatives. We take care of all of them. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's dope.
Yeah.
That's the heart of our country right there, our leaders, right?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. So did you go out on the Navy ships? Did you go to different countries?
Absolutely, yes. And I did it when I was between 18 and 22. So it was exactly how I wanted my life to be. We went to the Virgin Islands, and then from there we went to Spain. I went to Portugal. I went to Italy. I went to Jebel Ali, Dubai, oh my goodness, Croatia, wow. So many different countries, like at least 12 different countries I visited. Greece, the list goes on and on. It was a great experience. Built a lot of camaraderie on the ship with your shipmates. It's great.
Yeah, that's great. I know you said you met one Black female Navy lieutenant. Are there a lot of brown and Black female Navy lieutenants?
No.
Oh.
Short answer.
Wow.
Out of, if you think numerically, 100%, African-American female officers in general make up less than 1%.
Wow. So then, all right, African-American, what about Hispanic?
It's about the same. It's predominantly Caucasian male in the Navy, especially in the officer ranks. But that, to me, that it doesn't take away from the diversity component. The Navy encourages people to apply. So the problem is that it isn't that you can't apply, it's that a lot of people are afraid to take that risk. For those who do apply for officer programs, 9 times out of 10, if all your stuff's in order and you're competitive, you'll get selected. Because the Navy does not look at what you look like; they look at what you do on paper. Now, I will say, in the Air Force and in the Army, especially the Army is heavy when it comes to African American officers. So if you're looking to be a little bit more comfortable, and even with Latinas too, like it's more prevalent as far as, being brown is more Army centric. The Navy tends to be, a lot more Caucasian driven. And a lot of that too is fear, because funny story. I hope you keep this in so the students can hear it. But when I was in boot camp, we knew we had to pass the swim test, right? So literally, the line was like the length of a gym. Everybody was Black and Latina. The whole list of everybody that had to learn how to swim in the kiddie pool. Meanwhile, you saw Caucasians and Asians like jumping off a 10-foot diving board, going right on in there, bringing themselves up. So a lot of the fear of Navy is like, oh my gosh, I can't swim, I can't join the Navy. And they let that be the driving force, but they'll teach you how to survive. Everything you need to know to survive. The Navy will make sure that you know what you need to do. So I don't want that to discourage anyone.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, my first thing that came to my mind was, is it a water issue? Are we scared of the water? We can't swim?
Yes.
But, lack of access and opportunities and mentors does that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah, the Atlantic slave trade does that. But
It does. That's a whole nother topic. We can talk on that on another Zoom call.
Yes. So I know you have a husband, you have kids. How is it balancing life for you?
It's challenging. More so because I'm the active duty service member. Typically, it's the other way around. Normally, it's the male who deploys. It's the male, who goes to work every day and has to, wear the uniform. But for me, it's, I've always gravitated towards the military. Even when I was in high school, we had junior ROTC, and it was something that I was drawn to. For my husband, who joined the Navy as well, it was an outlet for him. So once he got what he needed from the military, he was done. He was like, okay, this is your life. We'll just go ahead on and do what we have to do. And I'll support you. But it's afforded him opportunities as well. And I'm grateful that he understands the dynamic of being in the military and how challenging it can be. But one of the challenges that I face is stability, because I have a husband who may have to reinvent himself every time we move. He has to start over. Typically, it's easier for a wife to, just have a little job, just do, reinvent herself. It's not as hard. But if I'm being completely transparent, an African-American male, especially as a mechanical engineer, he's going to have to start over all the time. And so I'm trying to ensure that I provide my family with stability, especially him, because I want him to continue to grow in his career as well.
That's amazing. I love it. Teamwork.
Yeah, exactly.
Teamwork. Sometimes we got to figure out how to make it work, how to make tomorrow better. Even if it's a great thing, you still got to work on making it better, making it something fluid that balances your life. So I applaud you for making that happen.
Thank you.
You guys are a power couple, a power duo. I've always been impressed with both of you, and I commend you for all your work that you've done so far. I can't believe it's been 20 years of you being in the Navy.
Yes.
What's next?
Well, actually, I am getting my advanced practice registered nurse, so I'll be a nurse practitioner. And I eventually want to start my own private practice, take care of my own patients. So, and what drove me to that actually was identifying healthcare disparities in Black and brown people. When it comes to a lot of the disease processes that can be eradicated, like high blood pressure, diabetes, hypertension, or that is high blood pressure, but chronic heart disease. So just having someone that they can relate to and speak their language, research shows that those patients are more likely to be compliant with their medication regimen, with their diet plans. And so if I really want to be a change agent, right, then I have to make myself uncomfortable, get in there and do what I have to do. So I start at Duke University in the fall. Yeah. So yes, I'm really
we love
excited
to.
about that.
We love
Yes.
to.
So I'll be a dookie. And yeah, they have a really good program. So I'm looking forward to that. And just paying it forward after retirement, I'm still going to keep going.
Wow, congratulations. How far are you from retirement? What, 2 years, 3 years?
That's the beauty. I can retire in June. I can if I want to, because you only have to do 20 years. So I'm still in my 30s and I can retire. But I'm going to continue. I'm going to stay at this command. And I'm going to finish my degree. And once I'm done with that degree, then I'm going to retire.
Yeah, that's dope. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
I hope you to break the leg on this next journey. This is
I'm
great.
excited. Yes.
So, quick question. I should have asked earlier. As a Navy lieutenant, do you lead a platoon or something like that?
No, actually, it's funny you say that. Right now, my job, I'm what they call the Chief of Hospital Education and Training. So right now, I have 8 civilian employees and 7 military employees underneath my leadership. And we're in charge of all of the hospital education and training for the entire facility. So everything they need to know, we're doing all the training to ensure they're ready to meet the mission. It's a heavy lift, but you know, it's preparing me for what's ahead, because I'm gonna have to manage people. And that's another thing I want to tell the young people. If you're looking to learn how to lead, if you're looking to stretch yourself and grow uncomfortably, and get out of what you consider the norm, if you're really looking for a change, the Navy will put you in those predicaments where you are forced to lead. That's just how we operate. It's a lot of career enhancement when you join the military. Yes.
Get all the extra side benefits of growth.
Yes, all of that. Yes.
So you kind of stole my next question. Can you give a word of inspiration to our teens in Elmont and beyond?
Yes, absolutely. I would say I would circle back to that: be uncomfortable. I think that being uncomfortable is definitely signaling that you're growing. The next thing I would say is do what feels right. Even if your family tells you don't join, if within yourself you know that that's really what you want to do, then do it. Because if I want to join, everybody where I'm from, they all go to the Army. Because that's what's normal. That's what's safe. You know, I was the first African American in my entire county to join the Navy. Everybody else went to the Army. Yes, I'm serious. At least from my age group. But I went against the grain. I was like, I don't care. I'll figure it out. I did what I felt was right for me. And so I challenge you to do that. You know, put yourself out there and take a chance on the unknown and see how it works out for you. It'll change your life. Just taking a risk will change your life.
Yeah. You hear that, Elmont team? Don't be scared. Believe in your heart. Make sure it's the right step, but don't be afraid to take that step. Be unique, right?
Exactly. Be a unicorn.
Be a unicorn.
Like Tiffany had it. Be a unicorn.
I love it, man. Yeah. Thank you so much. Wow. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah. The only other thing I would say is if there are any students who are interested in the military or have questions, even when it comes to like nursing, I'm here to help. Like if it's, mentorship, guidance, if they have questions, whatever the case may be, I'm here to help because we have to be there for one another. So if they need me, you got my information, just let me know and I have no issue with helping.
Thank you. I expect one person to take up on that offer. Let's make it happen.
Okay, I'm ready.
Elmont Library is Women's History Month, March 2021. This is the Woman of Today interview series. We're with Navy Lieutenant Kynesha Fongsam, 20-year veteran, Navy nurse. She's going to open her own practice soon. Yes. I hope you felt the passion and the wisdom that I just felt. And like we said, don't be afraid. Be unique. Go for what you believe in and what you want, and it will lead to great things. Kynesha, thank you so much for joining us, Elmont Library. Appreciate you, loves you.
Yes.
We can't wait to talk to you again soon.
All right, I'm ready.
And before we go, I hope you have a great first day at Duke University this summer.
Thank you. I appreciate you. I will. Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Bye-bye, everybody.
Take care.